Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of BossFM EV News. Happy Tuesday to you all with your host, Jessie.
And Bryson.
All right, guys, let's get it.
Come on. Okay. Make the streets up. Yeah. Come on. Make the streets up. Yeah.
My boy, Bryson, how you doing, man?
I'm all right, man. You chilling?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And virtual handshake as always. Happy Tuesday to you and happy Tuesday to everybody watching. Let's just get right into it. Everybody has known that the coronavirus is basically like a main topic here on the show and something that has been a main topic of discussion for the entire world throughout this whole 2020 year. But one thing that has been noticed is that the COVID-19 virus is also sending minorities, Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans at a higher rate to hospitals. So Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people infected with COVID are about 4 times more likely to be hospitalized than others. This data comes from the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, also known as the CDC. While white and non-Hispanic Black people represent the highest number of hospitalizations, racial and ethnic groups were disproportionately impacted as well. So the rate for Hispanic or Latino was approximately 4.2 times the rate of non-Hispanic white persons, according to the CDC data. This data is also true for American Indians and Alaska Native and non-Hispanic Black people who were hospitalized about 4.1 to, I believe, 3.9 times the rate of non-Hispanic white people, according to the CDC. Then more heartbreak news is that nearly 60 staffers are to be laid off at the Oprah Magazine Corporation. So the O is also known as the Oprah Magazine. The magazine has recently announced that it is going to go under a transition after over 20 years. Oprah Winfrey, who has started this magazine in 2000, and says that it is time for change. So nearly 60 staffers will be laid off, but it is really unclear which staffers will be impacted per a filing with the New York State Labor Department. This was reported by The Hill. In a statement by one of the spokesmen for the magazines, says that this is a natural next step for the brand, which has grown to an online audience of 8 million people. The layoffs have begun as early as February, and they're going to continue to grow. It's tough news to those who have been working for her for such a long time.
And speaking of getting paid, we know Trump paid a whole lot more attention to getting to know Kim Jong-un. As Biden makes his way into office, a lot of people are upset of the turnout as Trump was not favored for this year's election, as we know. But for other reasons, more than others, different countries are even upset or unhappy with the results. As Pyongyang, the capital of North Korea, doles out its fair share of insults to Biden over the recent months, they called him a fool of a low IQ and a rabid dog who must be beaten to death with a stick. Former U.S. officials have dealt with Pyongyang, acknowledgement name calling is par for the course. Trump himself has shown us threats, and insults does not rule out democracy. President Obama warned the incoming President Trump that North Korea will be one of the most pressing national security threats. Revere believes that Biden does not need any such warning as he understands the problem that he has with North Korea. As Revere has continued on to say, after 4 years of Trump administration, the North Korean nuclear threat is even greater than before. Biden is not about to ignore the North Korean government and the Pyongyang, and he can be counted on to ensure that he doesn't.
It's funny that he continues to tweet all this stuff about the election, and Twitter is starting to flag his posts now. One thing that was also flagged is not Twitter, but is actually on Facebook, as Paul Ewell, the now former dean of Virginia Wesleyan University Global Campus, resigned from both his deanship and his faculty post after allegedly writing a Facebook post calling Biden voters anti-American and anti-Christian. So he has since deleted his accounts after referring to the voters who voted for the now President-elect Joe Biden anti-American and anti-Christ. Ewell's alleged posts were a screenshot, and which was originally reposted on the Virginian Pilot newspaper, implored any Facebook friends who have voted for Biden or Democrats to unfriend him on social media platforms. So if you were to actually look at the screenshot post, you would see that he said, if you were ignorant, anti-American, and anti-Christian enough to vote for Biden, I really do not want to be your social friend on social media. The alleged post continued to say, I wouldn't hang out with you in real life. I do not want to hang out with you virtually either. You have corrupted the election. You have corrupted our youth. You have corrupted our country. I have standards and you don't meet them. Please remove yourself. The chief marketing officer for Virginia Wesleyan University, Stephanie Smalgo, told CNN Monday that the university has, quote, no additional information at this time. You want to know one way we could get through this?
What's up?
Is by getting through our Tipsy Tuesday segment. So it is Tipsy Tuesday. It is where we give you all our favorite recipes after 5 cocktails so you can try them at home. Bryson, what you got?
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I just need something to get me through. So I'm about to take these shots. Shots of tequila, boy. You already know that 1800 silver. I'm about to be on it. You already know. What you got for it?
Well, actually, I'm going to take a different approach. So since it is the fall season and it's starting to get cold, the weather is changing out in the United States. So I figured I would help you guys out if you're feeling a little bit under the weather. So I already know you guys go to Starbucks. We're not sponsored by it, but here's a quick shout out. So if you go to Starbucks and you're feeling under the weather, go out there and you order a, quote, medicine ball. It is a 1 Tavana Peach Tranquil herbal tea bag along with Java Citrus Mint green tea, 7 ounces of hot water, 7 ounces of steamed lemonade concentrated, and then a packet of honey, and then 1 pump of peppermint syrup. Honestly, it's similar to like rubbing Vicks on your chest and like curing it. That's basically what it has. It's a very good. All right, guys, that is it for your Tuesday evening news. Please make sure to tune in tomorrow evening at 8:30 p.m. for more news and updates, and do not forget to tune into our morning show at 10:30 a.m. for some entertainment news with BossFM.
If you would like to rewatch any of our past episodes, they'll be available for replay on our BossFM app and on all of our social media platforms. Thanks again for tuning in. It's your boy Bryson.
And it's your boy Jessie G. Thanks for tuning in. See you guys.
Come on.